Anonymous Content España, backed by Anonymous Content and Spain's Morena Films, Piggy, Below Zero, is teaming with Alea Media to produce a series based on Spain's 1981 toxic oil syndrome, one of, if not the deadliest case of food poisoning in modern-day Europe. The still-to-be-titled series is the first project announced by Anonymous Content España, underscoring its ambition to elevate local stories into premium television pieces that have a local impact with an international reach, said its managing director Beatriz Campos. To achieve that, Alea Media is an excellent partner. It rates as one of Spain's most successful and versatile of TV companies, which has scored hits ranging from HBO Europe reconciliation tale Patria to Mediaset España war vet versus drug gang drama thriller Wrong Side of the Tracks, which ranked #1 in Netflix global non-English language charts over February 26th to March 3rd, and Yo Adicto, a Disney Plus Spain addiction survival drama, led by ex-Studio Canal executive Campos, appointed its managing director this February. Anonymous Content España will drive the project, with Alea Media founder Eider Gabilondo leading the creative and writing process with his team at the company. Given its subject, scale, multiple perspectives, and sense of social tragedy, the new series looks most aligned to Patria. Officially attributed to contaminated rapeseed oil, breaking out in May 1981, the toxic oil syndrome epidemic affected 25,000 people, claiming up to over 4,000 lives, with thousands more affected, both physically and psychologically. Up to this day, this series will cover the 50 days between the death of an 8-year-old boy from unknown causes to the official statement identifying contaminated rapeseed oil as the cause. The perspectives of a number of victims and their families will alternate with the heroic work of 2 pediatricians, attempting to explain and stem the epidemic and those responsible for managing the crisis. It also explores the role of the wider society at the time. This tragedy has impacted multiple generations, said Campos. As a massive fan of series like Patria and Addict, I am extremely confident that Alea Media is the best creative partner to produce a groundbreaking series that will convey to audiences the true depth of the tragedy, she added. This partnership with Anonymous Content, a media company so well established in the global market and behind such groundbreaking and interesting projects, is so important for Alea Media, as we truly appreciate the desire to reach and make an impact in the international market, said Sarah Martín Rada, managing director, Alea Media. A tragedy which echoes down the decades. A focus on victims and their families creates, as Campos puts it, a character-driven series where each of the journeys will have a very important weight, she promised. Meanwhile, the 2 pediatricians and their teams introduce ticking clock and thriller elements, as they do absolutely everything in their hands to stop and find the cause of the poisoning. Their work will open up the series to a broader tragic resonance echoing down the decades. From May 1, 1981, when the first official victim died, doctors, not knowing the cause of the illness, had no idea how to treat patients. On June 10, the Spanish government announced on late-night television that the epidemic was caused by contaminated cooking oil. In an article published by The Guardian entitled Cover Up, Bob Woffenden calls the announcement the prototype scientific fraud. No scientific investigation. The series is unlikely to deliver a definitive answer as to the syndrome's cause, but it may raise doubts about the official version. The series fits perfectly with our editorial approach and the type of uncomfortable stories we like to tell, said Alea Media's Martín Rada. At the time, the toxic oil syndrome exposed 2 tragedies: the poisoning and death of thousands of people and the poor management of the calamity, elements that unfortunately still resonate in the world today. At this stage of the project, we are very open to explore different financing models, said Campos. We see references as Chernobyl, It's a Sin, Mr. Bates and the Post Office, and Patria as perfect examples on how we envision the project, and I am sure we will find the best home for it that allow us to achieve that local and global appeal.